Gon' vote. Everybody gon' vote. Everybody gon' vote. Everybody gon' vote. Comrade! Labour right, them a go down, bong. Them a go down, bong. Them a go down. Is that? Marky, him a God picking. No hope their work if you touch Marky. Marky, him a God picking. No hope their work if you touch Marky. We now vote for Labour. Orange we a come out in now. If you love the PNP, who no step out for Marky G. Jamaica just come along with we. People time come, people time come, people time is up.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight.
Yeah, I say that we are. Pledge your allegiance.
Who's gonna run this town tonight?
Yeah, I say that we are.
We gonna run this town.
Make the trumpets play. Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better.
The PNP have a leader that is one of the brightest person in the country. And that the party has a leader that is competent and can run the affairs of the country. And what the country needs, the country don't need somebody who are going like them or your brother. Who are try dress like you and try put on clocks like you and try be your brother. The country needs somebody that is responsible and that go act like your parents and chart a proper course for you so that you can take care of yourself and have a good future. And when we talk about Mark Golding, let me just say a look at something first because we need to start talk up some more. So let me give you 1 minute. When we talk about Mark Golding, we're talking about a country in which a member of parliament down in Westmoreland takes stool and beat the hell out of a woman. And the prime minister of the country said that they're going to have impeachment legislation. And him don't bring no impeachment legislation. And in the matter of 1 week, Mark Golding drafted impeachment legislation and tabled it in the parliament. We're talking about an effective leader. We have a problem with crime and violence. And they say we have 300 people in Jamaica who are violence producers who cause havoc in the society. Them are locked down everybody on the SOE and Mark Golding come and say, I want to propose something to you. Pre-charge detention so you can go and just target the 300 troublemaker and leave the rest of the people with them rights so that them can go about them lawful business. We're talking about effective leadership. We are in a country where a government pass a law that in a taxi you must have car seat. That in a taxi, you must have child seat in a taxi. And they say they come in with regulations. They say they come with it in 2 days. It's been 3 weeks and it still don't reach yet. And in a matter of 2 days, Mark Golding drafted a private members bill and tabled it in the parliament to repeal that section and to ensure that those who were charged before, that it's removed from their record and the points go back on them license. And the government and the MPs voted against it. We are talking about effective leadership. And so I want you to understand that you are getting in Mark Golding competence, you're getting compassion, you're getting care, you're getting intellectual capacity, you're getting humility. Please make welcome the leader of the People's National Party and the next Prime Minister of Jamaica, Mark Golding.
Let the trumpets play.
That going on. The PNP has to fix that, and we will fix that. We are going to fix early childhood development. We are going to fix primary schools because our mission is to make sure that the little children coming up have the best education system available in this hemisphere because we want to take the country to a new level. And in doing it, it is not our plan and it is not our intention to increase taxes on the people. We were the ones who introduced the fiscal reforms from 2012 onwards under Portia Simpson Miller and Dr. Peter David Phillips. And I'm doing the legal work to ensure that we improve the tax system and the revenue base of the country. And since then, year after year, the taxes collected.
What has happened here, Giovanni, is that the court has decided which aspects of the Prime Minister's applications, you might say, have enough substance to go forward to a full hearing of the court and which don't. What you have to remember is that judicial review is a two-stage process. So this is the first stage that the Prime Minister was at, which is applying for leave or permission to apply for judicial review. The idea is that you don't waste the court's time. So they look at the application you've made and see whether or not it can pass what they call the threshold test, which is, is it an arguable case with a realistic prospect of success? Do you have enough here to really go and argue before the court? There were 28 remedies that were being sought, and the court found that some of them did not meet that test. Some of them went forward, not being opposed by the Integrity Commission team. And in some of the others, the Prime Minister's team said, well, they conceded that they didn't need to ask for permission, but they said they are going to go forward with those applications nonetheless, such as the application to have the Integrity Commission Act struck down, as well as to ask for the illicit enrichment clause in the Corruption Prevention Act struck down. They say they are moving forward with those as well.
So that's today's development. What happens now?
January 7 has been set as a date for the first hearing. Now that's basically a housekeeping date, and we expect to hear a date for the actual judicial review hearing set. Now, this is a matter, I spoke to lawyers from both sides today. Both of them are saying that they do expect that because this matter is of such significant public interest, that we're likely to have a date set that's pretty early, maybe in a matter of months. I would just say very quickly as well, it's important to remember what judicial review is and what it is not. It's not an appeal. What it is that the court is going to look at the decisions that have been made by the Integrity Commission and see whether or not the process by which the Integrity Commission came to those decisions and actions, whether it was legal and whether it was fair.
Okay, well, certainly this is a matter that we will continue to track. Thank you so much for that update. Our legal correspondent, Dion.
Everyone needs to hear this.
The budget is based on an assumption of a certain oil price, average oil price for the year. And that assumed oil price is $67.50 US a barrel. To the extent that the oil price is higher than that, the government is collecting ad valorem tax on fuel on the incremental amount by which the price is higher than the $67.50 US. I said, listen, give the transportation sector a break. Give electricity consumers a break. Give the water consumers a break, because a lot of the water bill is to do with paying for electricity to run the pumps, to pump the water across the country. Cap the tax at the $67.50 that you have budgeted. And to the extent that the price of oil is higher than that, you don't put any additional tax on that higher portion. You'd have given the consumers a break and given the people a break. And it wouldn't have any fiscal impact because they weren't budgeting for that higher amount anyway. Him ignore that. Him talk about, well, we don't know if they're going to be consuming as much gas this year as before. But we know that what they call the elasticity of demand for fuel is not very significant because people need to move around. I believe that was a very poor decision on his part to ignore that call. I know that the private sector was interested in what we had proposed, and we're looking at it. And I hope that they will revisit it Because when we make a call, it is not for ourselves. It is for the people. And it's to protect the people.